The rodeo club at the University of Arizona competes in the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association, which is an association that spans all across America. We're on the road every weekend. We go to school, we take classes, we work on projects just like any student at the university. But on the weekends, we're hauling to rodeos. I mean, every day during the week, we're practicing. It's a lifestyle, it really is, because it's every day we're out here. Takes away from our studying time, but we still get good grades most of the time. And Ashley can attest to that. We're normal kids, at the university, you're not gonna recognize us as rodeo kids. I mean, I'm from Southern California, and I will drop a y'all or a slang or a country kind of a word, and I, shouldn't, because I am not from the South, but that's the only thing that's gonna make me look different. I'm gonna dress just like any other student, and sometimes not as fashion forward, but a little more casual. But we're just normal kids, and a lot of people don't realize that. They think that, we're gonna wear Wrangler jeans, that are real high rise, and a denim shirt and a cowboy hat everywhere we go, and dusty boots. And I got a couple pairs of heels, and I got, some dresses and stuff to go out on the town if I want, but we're normal people is the biggest thing that people have a misconception about. I compete in breakaway roping, team roping, goat tying, and barrel racing. Those are all the women's events that college rodeo offers, so I compete in everything I possibly can. And I've competed in other events before. Right now, my two best events, my two favorite events, are actually breakaway roping and barrel racing, which barrel racing is the more common one, and I haven't always been a fan of it just because it's very difficult and you have to have a really, really nice horse. My absolute favorite event is breakaway roping, and that's where I rope a calf, which is just like tie-down roping. It's just a girl's version or a women's version of the event. Bull riding is a men's event. It's a women's event in some places and some associations. I have never ridden a bull, although I've been asked many times. I compete in other events. In college rodeo, which is what we compete in, women don't bull ride. Some of the pro rodeo associations and women's pro rodeo, they'll let women ride bulls, but not as often. It's just more of a men's sport, it really is. I don't think there's many women that are worried about it. Some are. I've talked to a girl who was very disappointed that college rodeo didn't have bull riding, but she's much stronger and much braver than I. And I know in Oklahoma and Texas they do have women bull riders, but I wouldn't get in a fight with them. But I sure as heck am not going to strap myself to a 2,000 pound animal that wants me off of his back. That is bred and trained to perform in the act of getting me off its back. Well, we get a lot of questions about animal rights activists, and it's always a bummer, because they really disagree with rodeo and think that we're cruel. All we can do is say how much we do take care of our animals. Every time I ride my horses, I put boots on them. They're called splint boots and bell boots and polo wraps, and I put them on there, and they're like ankle braces. And our livestock, our cattle, we're keeping an eye on them, keeping them wormed and keeping them vaccinated and everything. Some of the guys right now are roping a practice dummy, and so sometimes we practice on live cattle, and then sometimes we practice on dummies or on a bale of hay. And we try and save our horses and save our livestock because we're not going to run them too many times. We run them for a couple times, and then we practice on our own and get all our skills fine-tuned away from the livestock so that they only have a few runs to do and we have a lot of runs to do. Cattle and horses and goats are such tough animals that the things that look harmful really aren't, because they're thicker skin and stronger than us. And everything stems from required activities on the ranch, required activities that ranchers and cattlemen have to perform in order to keep their herds and their livestock well and thriving. It's a shame that animal rights activists don't understand, and that's all I see it as. It's just a big misunderstanding, If they were to see how much we take care of them, they might see differently. And I wish we could see eye to eye, but we'll just keep taking care of our animals. Southwest really is a center point for rodeo, but you can find rodeo everywhere, all the way up to New York and all the way down to Florida and Oregon and Washington. But here in Tucson, we'll claim the Southwest and claim that it's the home of cowboys and home of, you know, the Western lifestyle and rodeo and horses and the cattle business and stuff. Can you see my legs right now?
No, I just can't.
I might get a little more manly.
Whoa, talk about sliding dollies.
I caught 2 feet, oh my God. I hope you got a picture of that.
Yeah.